Let's now move to the Middle East, and according to sources, a power plant south of Yemen's capital, Sanaa, was hit by an aggression early on Sunday, knocking several generators out of service. Civil defence sources said teams were working to extinguish a fire triggered by the incident. The report has added Israel has carried out strikes in Yemen, saying they are in response to attacks by Iran-aligned Houthis. The Yemeni group has launched missiles towards Israel, most intercepted, claiming the attacks are in support of Palestinians during the Gaza war. Well, joining us to discuss this is Professor Kobi Michael, a senior researcher at the INSS and Misgav Institutes, who joins us live from Israel. Professor Kobi Michael, thank you ever so much for your time. Let's look at this situation. Of course, reports limited on the ground. We're only hearing information currently from Houthi officials and Houthi-run media. But of course, this comes in the backdrop of a ceasefire that has been agreed between the Houthis and the US, but not with Israel, and several strikes in recent days and weeks from Yemen targeting Israel. Is this an Israeli attack in your opinion?
Yes, of course. I mean, Israel already admitted that this attack was done by the Israeli Navy, and this is an Israeli retaliation to the almost daily missiles launching from Yemen towards Israel. Not only ballistic missiles, but drones as well. And fortunately, Israel continues succeeding in intercepting these missiles and drones. But as you probably know, there is no 100% of success, and there were some occasions, sometimes, that ballistic missiles and drones exploded on the Israeli soil and even killed citizens and caused damages. So Israel cannot tolerate it and should not tolerate it. And Israel, from time to time, according to its terms, retaliates. And eventually, I think that the Yemen citizens are paying a very heavy price because of their very risky and unresponsible leadership.
Yes, and of course, this is another snapshot in a region which has seen so much instability. In your opinion, could this escalate further, and could we see a real blow-up of tensions between Israel and the Houthis in the coming weeks and months? Or do you think it will continue to be what we've seen, which is isolated, unsuccessful strikes from the Houthis mostly, and then Israeli responses?
It is not isolated. This is something which is directly related to the situation in the Gaza Strip on the one hand, and it is directly, I would say, directed or managed or at least aspired by the Iranians, who continue providing the Houthis with weapons and mainly with intelligence when it comes to ships movement in Bab el-Mandeb Straits. But on the other hand, I think that it is right to say that the Houthis are very limited with regard to their capacities, and they cannot do more than what they already have done. They have ballistic missiles and they have drones, and they are capable to continue blocking Bab el-Mandeb Straits. But I think that the Israeli retaliations will be, I would say, more and more effective and more hardening to the Houthis and to the Yemen civilians who live in this part of Yemen, in North Yemen. And but in the very same time, we have to remember that this is a sort of an attrition war that Israel cannot decide alone. If we want to decide the Houthis, if we want to change from the strategic point of view, if we want to change the situation, the reality, then an international, maybe mainly regional coalition should be composed in order to fight the Houthis, and not only militarily, but politically and economically as well. And when I say politically, I mean that the government, the legitimate government of South Yemen, should be part of that, and we have to find a way, or this coalition should find a way to reach to the tribes in this part of Yemen, in North Yemen, that are against the Houthis, and they are willing that the situation will be changed. And in this regard, they might be allies of this regional alliance, and of course allies of the southern of the government of South Yemen.
Professor Kobi Michael, thank you ever so much for such a great insight there. Of course,